Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. I'm Laura123 and this is going to be a book haul video. I've got some new books and in this video I'm going to show you them and tell you about them. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy watching. If you do, please click like, comment, share and please subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Don't forget to smash the notification bell, then you can find out when I've uploaded new content, also when I'm doing live shows. Okay, so some of these books are brand new, some of these books are secondhand. I got some from Waterstones, got some from eBay and a local charity shop. So I don't know where to start. What book do I show you first? By the way, yes, I am wearing a blue wig. I was just filming a video for my other YouTube channel, Laura123 ASMR. Go check it out, links down below. Yeah, and in that video I was wearing a wig. And I thought, you know what, I quite like this colour. I'm going to keep it on for this video as well. Anyway, okay, so that's that. Right, I'm going to show you this one first. Decisions. This is the book that I have been waiting for so long. And I'm so happy and so excited to finally have it in my hands. And how beautiful is it? It is by one of my, without a doubt, favourite authors, Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. She sometimes releases books as Victoria Schwab, other times it's V.E. Schwab. I don't know why, actually. If you know why, let me know in the comment section. But anyway, same person, obviously, and I love her books so much. She's such an amazing writer. This is the new book. It's called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And as you can see, I couldn't wait, and I've already started reading it. I'm always like excited when I get this kind of, you know, Victoria Schwab new book, because, you know, as I say, she's one of my favourite authors. I'm already on page 181, so it's quite a chunky book. I think it's got like 600-ish pages, something like that, or 550, or I don't know, but quite a lot of pages basically. So there's my glasses. I'm going to pop my glasses on so I can read to you. Oh, it's made my wig stick up. There we go, press that down a bit. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to read to you what it is about. Actually, before I do that, I just want to show you the actual hardcover without the dust jacket on, because it is stunning. Look at this. There are different versions you can get, but I have this one with the tree, the man on the tree. Right, let me read to you what it is about. So it says, France, 1714. A desperate woman makes a desperate deal in the dark, a bargain to live forever, but be remembered by none. So begins the invisible life of Addie LaRue. Shadow-mused artist throughout history, forgotten friend, confidant and lover, slipping away with the morning light. Addie passes through lives desperate only to leave a trace of herself, until the day she walks back into a small bookshop in Manhattan and meets Henry, who remembers her. After 300 years, Addie's life is restarting, but the devil never plays fair. As Henry and Addie's lives start to intertwine, they must face the consequences of the decisions they've made and the prices to be paid. It is amazing. I don't even know. I'm literally in love with this book. It's so good, and I really recommend, you know, if you like fantasy and stuff, it's brilliant. So yeah, wow, it's just amazing. And I love the blue sprayed edges as well. So that is that one. I got that from Waterstones. I was really after the signed edition, but I couldn't get it. But I still got that one, so that's all good. I look really weird. I just looked in the camera and I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea to wear this wig. Who cares? It's fine. Okay, right, the next book. All right, I'll show you the next book from a charity shop. By the way, if you are a bookworm, it's worth looking in second-hand charity shops, or thrift shops, as you call them in America, because you can really find some really good books that are so cheap, and like, it's just brilliant. You go around and you're like, oh, it's a kind of, to me, it's like a bargain hunt, you know, looking for books in charity shops, because you never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you find older books that are really hard to get hold of nowadays, or they're brand new books as well. So yeah, some books I've had from charity shops I've never been read, like they're brand new and everything. It's well good. Anyway, and as I said, they're cheap. Well, I can get books in my local charity shops for like 50p, £1, and then sometimes they actually have a box where they give away free books. Anyway, right, so Goosebumps. Now, it's Halloween soon. I love Halloween, as you'll probably know by now, because I've gone about it all the time. October is my favourite month because, yeah, Halloween happens. I love all spooky, scary stuff, right? And when I was younger, I used to love reading Goosebumps, right? And I just like A Point of Horror and Goosebumps. I just love them. And I saw this in a charity shop and I thought, Halloween soon, you know, go back in the past, read a little Goosebumps book. So this is called The Ghost Next Door, and it's by, of course, R.L. Stine, and it says, "Reader, beware, you're in for a scare." When I was a kid, yeah, I used to love reading all the scary books and stuff. Anyway, so Ghost Next Door, I'll read to you what it's about. It says, "Hannah's really fed up with the summer so far. All her friends are away and she's stuck with her little twin brothers for company. Great. But now that Danny has moved in next door, maybe she'll have some fun after all. Danny's pretty weird though. He's so pal, ghostly pal, and he keeps disappearing. Hannah wants some answers. Somehow she's going to find out for sure. Could Danny be the ghost next door?" It's a Goosebumps book, so it probably is. But yeah, I love it. I'm really excited to read that. I'm going to read that on Halloween. It's my little spooky book thing. Okay, another book I got from the charity shop is this one here. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is a novel by Steven Spielberg. Now, I've never seen the film. Nathan has. My dad has. Both of them are also, like myself, into like UFOs and stuff like that. The film's supposed to be really good. My dad said it was like amazing. I've never seen it. I don't know why I never saw it, but I've never seen it. But I'm fascinated with, you know, aliens and stuff like that. So this is the novel of it. And I saw it and I thought, instead of watching the film, I'm just going to get the little book. Because sometimes I think books are better than films. I know people disagree, but to me, like, if you read a book, you get all of the story, all get like the backstory and the characters. You get like to, you know, feel it as such. When you're watching the film, obviously it's amazing, but it's not as, I don't know, intense. It's not as like in depth as a book. That's just my view anyway. But anyway, yeah, so this is the novel of it. So it says, Earth's greatest adventure had begun. The world was being readied for close encounters of the third kind. To Claude Leigh, director of an international silence group, it meant the culmination of a search that drove him to the globe's farthest corners. To Gillian Gallia, it meant the last shred of hope for the recovery of her little son who disappeared on the most extraordinary night of her life. And to Roy Neary, it meant an answer to the startling mystery that had increasingly driven him to the emotional edge. And to the rest of humanity, it meant the beginning of the most dramatic event in the history of the world. It will lead to the conclusion, we are not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. Without a doubt, there's definitely aliens out there. Just saying. I've never seen one, but I think they're out there. Maybe they look like this. Maybe they've got a blue wig on. All right, so that's that. But yeah, really worth checking out local charity shops for books. Okay, so I've got books here. What one do I choose next? I'm going to choose this one, which is by Amanda Foody, who's an amazing author, and it's called Queen of Vaults. How beautiful is this cover? Can we just say that is a beautiful cover? So I'm not going to tell you too much about this book because it will give things away, and I don't like giving spoilers away. This is the last, I think it's the last one. I think it's the end of, yeah, it's a trilogy, isn't it? I'm sure it's the last one in the series. I don't think there's any more. I think it is a trilogy. So yeah, the first one was Ace of Shades, and the second one was King of Fools, and I absolutely love both of those books so much. Like, they're really, really good books, and this is, as I say, the next one in the series. I think it's the last one. But yeah, it says, a game of survival. There are no winners. There are only monsters. Honestly, if you like young adult fantasy, check this out. Set in the City of Sin, card games, magic, romance, like everything is brilliant. I'm shocked how thick it is though. I do get scared when I see big books. I don't know what it is, like, I love reading, but when I see like a really big chunky book, it does make me a bit, ooh, I don't know. Does anyone else get that? Maybe it's just me. But yeah, it is the other two weren't like that. They were just like normal size, but this is a big one, this one. So yeah, really looking forward to kind of get back into the world and the characters and stuff like that. My only issue, and this is really silly, but I'm being honest, my only issue is that I forget stuff, that what happened in the last like books. like, I remember bits of it and stuff, and I remember bits about the characters, but because I read so many books, like literally so many books, and a lot of fantasy as well, like, I just kind of forget. I can't remember every single book I read, you know, and you always have to wait like a year, sometimes more, for the next book in the series. By then, you know, I've read about 100 books or whatever in between. I can't remember everything. So what I have to do before I ever read the next in a series is go on Google, look up some, like, spoilers for the first book and the second book, so I can kind of, like, have a recap as such what happened. Once I start reading it again, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that, I remember this. But, you know, that's my only thing. That's why I kind of prefer reading standalones in a way, because I don't have to have that waiting for issue. But then again, I love reading series because you get to know the characters more. It feels like they're part of your world. Like, for example, Mortal Instruments series, my favourite book series ever by Cassandra Clare. You know, I've been reading those books for so many years now, and I feel like I really, like, connect with a lot of the characters. I care about them, and you know, you don't get that with a standalone. You might care about a character, but then you're sort of on to the next book. But whereas in a series, you've got so many books to get to know them. I'm rambling, sorry. I do this all the time. It's terrible. All right, so talking about a series actually brings me on to this book here. So I absolutely love this lady, but I have real trouble pronouncing her name. It's really embarrassing because she's like a massive, famous author. I love her books. I've got them all on my bookcase. But after all these years, I still struggle. I don't know if I'm saying it right. This is the thing. I know it's not a hard word to pronounce. I just don't know how I'm saying it. So it is Leigh Bardugo. I'm sure it's Bardugo. Bardugo. Anyway, it's soon to be a series on Netflix, which I'm really, really excited. It says here on the front, Netflix, also from Leigh Bardugo, Shadow and Bone, coming to Netflix. It's going to be an amazing series. I've read all the books. My favourite one, without a doubt, is Crooked Kingdom. I love that so much. And yeah, the characters are going to be on the screen. It's going to be weird seeing them on the screen. I didn't like the Shadowhunters Mortal Instruments series. I started to watch that. I just couldn't gel with it. I couldn't connect with it. So I'm hoping with this series, I will connect with it. But yeah, look out for it. It's coming, I don't know when, but it's quite soon. I mean, look at all the books in the series. You see on the picture there on the back. Yeah, that was my favourite, Crooked Kingdom. That was, without a doubt, just absolutely amazing. But yeah, so basically this is like a little companion book to go with the Grisha world and stuff. It says here, a must have for fans. I'm a fan. So it says, she takes readers deeper into her world than ever before. One of the pages of the Shadow and Bone trilogy, from the hands of Elena Starkov to yours. I'm having it. So it's basically a book filled with, like, short stories. As you can see, some of the stories are literally only a couple of pages. And there's some beautiful, amazing artwork in here. So it's called The Lives of Saints. And as you can see there, the artwork in here is stunning. I love looking at art. I love just looking at pictures. And, like, I'm useless at art, by the way. I can't draw, can't paint, nothing. But I love looking at art. I mean, literally, this book is filled with these beautiful, beautiful images, and of course the short little stories. Now, I don't normally like short stories, but when it's part of, you know, a series of books that obviously I know about and stuff that I've loved, I'm definitely up for reading it. And I would like to, at one point, read the whole Shadow and Bone trilogy again, because I read it so long ago. There are things that I forget, as I said before, and I would like to reread that. But yeah, so this is new, and I'm excited to read it, and I love the pictures in it as well. So that's that one. I've got 3 books left. What should I go for? I'm going to show you these 2 next. These I've got from eBay, so they are second hand, but to be fair, they're looking quite good condition, I think. Most times, actually, that I order from eBay, like second hand books, they turn up and they're in, like, really decent condition. I've had, like, a few times where someone's put that the book's in, like, next to new condition and it's all, like, ripped and stuff. But in general, they are, like, they turn up really cheap to buy and they turn up really good quality and stuff. So I'm happy with that. So recently, one of my viewers actually recommended that I start reading a series. It's like sort of young adult. Well, I think it's young adult. Maybe it'd be like 9 to 12 stroke young adult kind of books, mystery, crime, thriller books, right? A bit like kind of Nancy Drew. And she said that I really would like it. She really thought I would like it. So I got number 1. And I loved it. And I vowed after that I will try and read the whole series bit by bit. I did look on eBay to see how much the series was to buy, like a complete series, and it was like 40, 50 quid, and I was like, no, I can't afford that. So what I'm doing instead is every so often I'm just going to buy another couple in the series. I think there's 10 in total, either 9 or 10. So if I get them secondhand, they work out cheaper. But yeah, so it's called A Murder Most Unladylike. And it's absolutely brilliant. It's about these 2 girls, and they're at a boarding school, and they kind of turn into like Sherlock Holmes and Watson. It's brilliant. Like, normally they were just thinking about silly cases like, you know, someone's lost umbrella or whatever. And then one of their teachers gets murdered, and they decide to become detectives and find out what happens. The 2 girls are brilliant. You also have their friends, like in the friendship group at the boarding school, real characters, you know, and also the teachers and stuff like that. This next one here, so I read number 1. This next one here is called Arsenic for Tea, and this is actually set at one of the girls' homes, so you get to meet her family, which would be quite cool. And apparently someone gets poisoned with their cup of tea. I'm not going to have a cup of tea. It'd be frightening me. But yeah, so this is called Arsenic for Tea, number 2. And this one here is First Class Murder. Now this cover, as you can see, is different from this cover. The other book I had is this one. So it's kind of colour themed. This one's blue, this one's orange, green, etc. And they all look kind of similar. And I had the option of buying another one with that kind of colour scheme. But when I saw this version, I actually thought this looked just really nice. Like, I love book covers. I'm such a geek, but I love looking at certain book covers because they just look so beautiful. Pieces of art, book covers to me. So yeah, this is a Wells and Wonk mystery, but it's just, can you see the different kind of format of the cover? You've got the train there. This is set on the Orient Express, so I'm really excited to read about that. I love anything to do with the Orient Express. I'd love to go on it one day. It's one of my dreams, actually, to go on the Orient Express. It'd just be amazing. I love all those like old trains and stuff. So yeah, these are the 2 I've got. This one, as I say, is set in the family home, so you get to know the characters in their family, and this one is set on the Orient Express. So just fun, quick little reads of mystery and crime, and the characters are really sassy. I did think for a while when I read about the books, I thought, oh, if they're for younger people, obviously the characters might be quite young, obviously. So, but no, yes, they're young, but they've got a lot of like this sass. And just real good characters. Like, I can't explain it. They seem older than they are, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, so before I show you the last book, which is a big book, yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching my channel. Really appreciate it. And if you want to become a channel member, I now have channel memberships available. So all you've got to do is press that join button right now. For as little as £1 or $1 a month, you can become a member of the 123 family. You get some awesome channel perks, including early access to videos. You get special community posts just for members on the community tab thing. You get Minxie emojis to use in the chat rooms, in premieres and like live streams, and you get other stuff that I can't remember because I'm just not with it, but there's lots of other things as well. So press that join button now and become a channel member. Okay, that's the advert over. Let's get back to the books. I literally, whenever I say about channel memberships, I feel like I'm doing a television commercial. Maybe that's what I should do. All right, so the next book is very different from any of the other books you've seen in this video. Now, if you're new to this channel, you'll think, oh, you know, she reads young adult, she reads it. I read a bit of everything, all right? I literally will read anything. There's only one rule about the books that I read, and that is that I only read fiction. I don't read factual books. I don't know what it is. I don't. Like, when I was at school, I never enjoyed reading the factual books. You know, we had to study. I was like, this is boring. But as soon as I was at home from school and I was reading Nancy Drew or Sweet Valley High or whatever, I was like, yeah, this is great. I think I see books as entertainment and not not learning kind of thing. If I want to learn stuff, I prefer to watch it, like documentaries on TV, films, etc. More so than reading about it. But yeah, I only read fiction. And I read young adults, I read thrillers, I read horror, I read romance, I read fantasy, sci-fi, a bit of everything, really, literally. I'm very open-minded. I'm very much a mood reader as well. I have to be in a certain mood to read a certain book. I've got loads of books that I still haven't read yet, sitting on my bookcase and in piles next to my bookcase, big piles of books. But I have to be in that kind of zone. I have to be in a sort of mood to read a thriller or a mood to read a romance. Anyway. But yeah, if you are watching this, you think, how can she go from like a fantasy to this book? That's why, because I just love a bit of everything. So this is by James Patterson, who is without a doubt one of my favourite authors as well. I'm very lucky actually in this book haul. I've had Leigh Bardugo, can never say her name, Victoria Schwab, sometimes goes as V.E. Schwab, and James Patterson. His actual name I can pronounce completely fine. But yeah, this James Patterson man is just amazing. I love his books, and he gets a bit of grief because some of the books they say, you know, he hasn't wrote, he just puts his name on. For example, this one is with J.D. Barker. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've never heard of J.D. Barker. He's probably a brilliant author. I've just never heard of him. But I have heard of James Patterson. So, you know, they kind of say, oh, it's not him writing it, he just puts his name on things. But then I also read, like, interviews with him, and he said, oh, this is the best book I've wrote, and this... So I'm thinking, well, he must write them, surely. I don't know, maybe he's got, like, books that he writes, but also books that he co-writes or something. I don't know. Whatever the deal is with him, I happen to just love his books. I've read quite a few James Patterson thrillers over the years, and I just love them. I think one of my favourite ones is the one he did with Bill Clinton. Love that. The President is Missing. Oof, that was good. Yeah, that was, I would have to say that's probably my James Patterson favourite. But this one here is his new one, and it's had really good feedback. Also, James actually put on his Twitter, there's me, it's like it's my mate, James, my old mate James. He put on his Twitter that this is one of his best books yet. I mean, he could just be saying that to promote his book. Yeah, fair enough. But I do believe his words. I believe that he thinks it's one of his best ones. This is called The Coast to Coast Murders, and I got it on eBay because I could not get this at Waterstones, which really annoyed me because I was like, I'll just go to Waterstones. I had some points left so I could get a free book. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. How can they not have the new James Patterson book? Like, seriously. They didn't have it, so I went online, found it on eBay. But the good thing is it was cheap. It was cheap. It is new as well, apart from this little bit at the top here. Can you see it? You can't really see it, but it's just creased up a little bit. It come like that in the post. It's not me. I did not do this. They come like this in the post. But anyway, it's a big hardback book. It's massive, actually. I did not expect it to be this big. It is freaking big, right? It's about serial killers. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very different from the other books I've shown you in this video. I don't know what it is me and Nathan have got, like, really into watching our true crime lately. Does anyone else like true crime? Let me know in the comments section down below. We watch, what is it, Still a Mystery. We like Unsolved Mysteries. We like Dateline. Love Dateline. Really interested in true crime. On Netflix, I've watched like interviews with serial killers and psychopaths and stuff like that. I don't know, I just find it really fascinating. I know a lot of other people do as well, but this book here is about serial killers. So it says here, from coastal California to upstate New York, a killer is plotting a devastating path of destruction. Michael and Megan Fitzgerald are siblings who share a troubling past. They're both adopted and now adults. Michael is a long-haul truck driver. Megan is a college student majoring in psychology. They trust each other before anyone else because, well, they've had to. When a young woman is found murdered in Michael's LA apartment, he's the chief suspect and quickly arrested. But then there's another killing, and it's strikingly similar, and then there's another killing. And not just in LA, as the spree spreads across the country, the FBI become involved in a nationwide manhunt. Racing against time, the LAPD and FBI desperately search for a way to prevent a string of murders that seem unstoppable. Serial killers. So there we go. That is all of it. I haven't got any more to show you. So let me know in the comment section down below which book you like the sound of and the look of the best. I have to go with the Victoria Schwab book because it's Victoria Schwab and she's like goddess to me in books. But they're, you know, obviously all my books that I get, I'm really excited to read. It makes me laugh when I've watched back some of my older book haul videos or, you know, book related videos. I'm always like, oh, yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this one. Oh, I'm really excited to read this one. And I genuinely am. Like, I love books. I love reading, and it's a great form of escapism. Life is really stressful sometimes, and, you know, everything's going on in the world, isn't it? We're all kind of stressed and worried, etc. And the minute you pick up a book and you just kind of get into the story, get into the characters, you're just swept away from all that worry. You're swept away from all the stress. You're just in the book. And I love reading for that. It's good for the soul, I think. It's also very good for the brain. The more you read, the better your brain is. Like brain training thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I love reading, basically. I think it's this really silly wig, and I've just noticed my hair's sticking out from it as well. Look at this. Oh my, yeah, this is not a good look for a video. Actually, I really look terrible. If any trolls are watching and you're going to get in the comments section, go, you look really awful. To be fair with you trolls, I kind of agree today. Some videos I think, yeah, I look all right. Today, I look a bit of a weirdo. I've got this hat on. The reason why I've got this hat on is because this wig, I love the colour of it, like I love the blue, but I hate this bit here. It's just too long. What I think I need to do is kind of either clip it back, maybe. But when I put a cap on it, it kind of... No? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I just look a state, basically. But hey, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please click like, comment, share, subscribe. Happy reading, all of you. And let me know what you are currently reading and if you're enjoying it, you know, that kind of thing. All right, then. Right. Oh. One more thing. If you want to come and follow me on Goodreads, please do. The link is down below. On there you can see books I've read, want to read, that kind of thing. I'm going to take this wig off now. Ah! See you later. Please subscribe.